I don't know if this sounds bad to say out loud, but I really thought I would be the last person to get a divorce.
Everything came from this base of this marriage. And so I felt lost and spinning and confused for a very long time.
Because I was struggling so much with anger and honestly a little bit of hatred, because so many things happened and so much damage was done, and I was really depressed.
It was really bad, okay? We were both just as miserable in our relationship as ever.
When people get divorced, I mean, it is one of the most stressful things a person can go through in their life.
In the United States, 50% of all marriages will end in divorce or separation. There are more than 700,000 divorces every year. Many couples, even the ones with the best intentions, find their relationship heading for a divorce. This is often a difficult and emotional time for both parties involved. Divorce is more than a $50 billion a year industry. More money flows through the family court system than any other court system in America. And while deciding to get a divorce is hard enough on any couple, you might think it would be best to hire family court professionals to minimize the potential damages that could occur during the divorce process. However, that is not the case. Members of the family court system, which includes judges, attorneys, evaluators, psychologists, and even private investigators, are much less righteous than they appear. On the surface, they appear to be honorable, someone you might admire. But once you go beyond the surface and uncover what's underneath, it becomes clear that they operate the family court system like any other business in the market. And that's the goal of any business, is to make money. The family court system takes this pursuit to the extreme, even at the expense of families.
This is the worst court because of the intransigence of the people themselves who are involved in litigation, the actual players.
Women use the child as a pawn. They have full control usually over the custody of the child. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
And it's a system. The reason why the divorce laws are set up the way they're set up, people think, oh, we're protecting women. Horseshit.
The idea that you can be divorced once you have children, that's kind of a stupid idea. If you have kids and you try to get divorced, the probability that that's going to demolish your life is very, very high.
Family court is worse than murder.
Wow. It's dark, man.
I just kind of noticed this emotional distance growing very, very slowly over time.
And once it goes down that path that you're talking about, it just becomes as vicious as anything.
I love you, Laura. Do you love me?
Oh, I don't know, Jeff.
You're the only girl I've dated in 2 months. We get along fine. You do love me, don't you?
I think so, but I'll have to think about it.
What is the first thing you think of when you hear the word marriage? To many people, it's the word love. However, marriage can have many different meanings. To many people, marriage is about creating a deep partnership with someone. It represents a lifelong commitment of two individuals supporting each other through life's ups and downs. It means being stronger together and accomplishing more together than alone.
And when people ask, is there a benefit to marriage, like my man Charlie Hightower here is like, what's the benefit to marriage? What you have to understand is that there are many, many benefits to marriage, but they are off-label benefits.
To understand marriage, it's very important to understand why people get married in the first place. For most people, they primarily get married for love and companionship. They seek a committed partnership with someone they find special. For some people, it's a cultural or religious matter. For many more people, they want to start a family. For a select few, or maybe many, marriage is a status symbol. There are many reasons why people get married. The old foundation of marriage was simple. For the woman, it was an economic necessity. If she wanted to have kids, she needed to be with a man that was a provider and protector. For the man, it was a way to have kids and start a family. It was a relationship in which the woman raised the kids and the man provided for the family. This traditional view of marriage was found in no inequality, and rightfully so, the women's movement broke those chains and made marriage into a choice instead of a necessity. Today, the institution of marriage has been fundamentally transformed, and women today have massive exit power. It's important to know that women initiate about 70% of divorces.
Divorces are being initiated by women. A new study of more than 2,200 couples found women were the ones who initiate the divorce 69% of the time. That's compared to just 31% of divorces initiated by men.
It's a well-known fact that 50% of marriages end in divorce. No matter how head over heels a couple were at a period of time, they will likely end up not lasting. This reality is brought upon for many reasons.
So we know that the divorce rate is extremely high in the Western world. More than half of marriages end in divorce.
People commonly get divorced due to reasons such as infidelity, lack of commitment, constant fussing, poor communication, and financial problems. Whatever the reason, once divorce is decided, there is a long, stressful journey ahead to finalize the situation. I say stressful because many people that have been through the divorce system have felt that way. They believe that the divorce process made their lives worse, mainly because the lawyers pitted the husband and wife against each other. For many men, they despise the divorce system because they felt that they were forced to give half of their wealth away unreasonably.
Like, I do divorces for people that, a woman walks out with $200-300 million. He was an analyst at Goldman Sachs who built a hedge fund and then sold it, and then used his trading algorithm to build it up to $500 million. She was hot and slept with him for a while and then stopped and started sleeping with other people.
But this isn't new. Expensive divorces have been well documented throughout history. A quick Google search will give you a list of the most expensive divorces in history. Mackenzie Scott, the ex-wife of Jeff Bezos, received $38 billion after she divorced Jeff Bezos.
Now, under the settlement, which they announced yesterday, she will receive nearly $36 billion in Amazon stock.
Melinda Gates, the ex-wife of Bill Gates, received $76 billion after she divorced him. For many people, successful or not, this seems like a steep price to pay out in a divorce. This problem is only one of many that people are upset with. Things get more chaotic when children are involved.
Child support is destroying people's lives.
Child support is unconstitutional.
Child support is far from the truth of what they make it to be and what it actually is.
In the United States, child support is a legal obligation, typically made by one parent to another, to help cover a child's expenses and ensure their financial well-being. In fact, roughly 1 in 5 children live in households that receive child support payments. Child support was initially created to reduce public expenditures on welfare programs by requiring non-custodian parents to contribute financially to their child's well-being. It allowed mothers to legally collect money from the fathers so that the community and government didn't have to pay. The concept of child support existed in some form even before the official adoption of laws. By 1776, child support laws existed in the 13 colonies. However, it wasn't until 1880 that the courts created civil law for child support. In the 19th century, judges issued orders against men to provide for the children they created, then abandoned.
More breaking news. R&B singer and actor Tyrese Gibson jailed here in Atlanta.
Let's get to Atlanta News First Plus anchor Maria Murrow at the breaking news desk with more on this. Maria?
I have that order here in my hands right now. He was arrested for a failure to appear to make child support payments to his ex, Samantha Gibson. The judge ordering him to be arrested until he can come up with more than $73,000.
In 2024, the R&B singer and actor Tyrese Gibson was arrested for contempt of court after failing to pay around $74,000 to his ex-wife, Samantha Lee. The judge's decision was issued after a hearing was held because Tyrese's ex-wife made a motion that he be held in contempt after she claimed he was failing to make child support payments. From Tyrese's perspective, he felt that his ex-wife was asking for more than enough money that is required to support their child.
I wasn't spending $11,000 on Soraya per month when I was married to you, Samantha. I wasn't spending $11,000 a month on Samantha when I was married to Samantha. And we are not talking about what's in the best interest of the child. We're talking about a money-hungry level of greed and gluttony and abuse of power.
Now, it is clear that Tyrese is not only frustrated with his ex-wife, but with the family law system, the huge and significant child support payments that custodian parents receive, which is usually the woman, seems to foster several bad habits. For instance, I came across this video on YouTube of this former couple on the Judge Vonda B show. The woman in this clip, Haiti, brought a child's father, Paul, back to court for an increase in child support because she believed his earnings had increased.
I come here today to try to get his child support raised.
Okay.
I believe that he has some income that he's actually not reporting.
After hearing both sides and noticing the woman was pushing hard to get the man's child support payments raised, the judge decided to ask the woman, "What do you do for a living?"
What do you do for a living?
I don't work. I take care of our kid.
So you're a stay-at-home mom?
Mm-hmm.
And she's 11?
He is.
He is
yeah.
11? He goes to school?
He does.
So what do you do during the day?
Nothing.
You don't want to work?
No.
So you're just living off of his child support?
I am. And we live with our mother.
The judge was surprised to hear the woman doesn't work, but even after, the judge pleads with the woman to find a job, and this is her response.
But you can work now, right?
I can, but...
So it's no but you can go get a job, right?
I could, but I'm not going to. My rent's free, my food is free. I mean, my mom's a homeowner. We don't have to pay nothing.
This is called intentional unemployment, also known as voluntary unemployment. This woman has the ability to work, to provide more for herself, her child, and her household, but instead, she chooses to live off her child support payments. But that isn't all. While scrolling on TikTok, I came across this video.
I chose to continue having kids so I wouldn't have to work. Between food stamps and child support, I'm living the best life ever. I live better than when I was actually working.
I was shocked after watching this video. Curiosity got the best of me, so I scrolled through her other posts and found this even more disturbing video.
Child support is for the parent, not for the child. I've always said that child support is a reimbursement for the parent. Therefore, the parent could use it as they choose. I bought my brand new car with my child support money. I also use my child support to fund my vacations without my children. Why? Because I deserve it. To be the best version of myself, I gotta make sure that I'm taken care of. And if that means spending every single nickel, dime from that child support, then so be it. And it's nobody's fucking business.
My divorce cost me $450,000. I'm a trained lawyer. I ended up doing the trial of my divorce myself. It literally went on and on until I could show I have no more money. And then, lo and behold, it settled. I thought at least. That's the scam. We've got to do something. Your divorce lawyer knows how much your child support's going to be. Your divorce lawyer knows how much your property settlement is going to be. Your divorce lawyer knows how much you're going to pay or receive in maintenance. And your divorce lawyer knows how much you're going to pay him or her in attorney's fees. 2 lawyers are getting paid. 2 divorce lawyers are getting paid. Let's just say a combined $1,500 an hour. And that's what you're going to pay in your divorce until you've spent all your marital property, or until you've spent your college funds, or until you've spent your investment funds.